Now we shall begin with the literary terms and concepts which begin with the letter N. In it, we shall first talk about a narrative. As you know, a narrative is a word, a term used to refer to a story. This term can be either a noun or an adjective when we talk about its grammatical class. A narrative is a noun or an adjective as well. As a noun, the term narrative refers to the story being told. Means it is the account of events, experiences, and details. So the noun narrative also refers to the storytelling process itself. We said there are different narratives. So we can use the plural form narratives. And it is used as an adjective as well. And an adjective describes the form or style of the story being told. Look, you need to understand this subtle difference between narrative as a noun and a narrative as an adjective. I stated that as a noun, it refers to the story being told, the storytelling process. Whereas as an adjective, describe the form or style of the story being told, the style of the narrative itself. So the adjective use of the word narrative has its roots in the Latin word narrativus, which means suited to the narration. Whereas the noun usage of the word appeared in the French language in the 15th century. And it is defined as a tale or a story. Okay, so when we talk about Animal Farm by George Orwell, it is a modern narrative example, okay, known as a political satire. And this political satire aims at expressing a writer's political views. So it's a narrative. Even poetry written in the style of narrative, means in the style of story, is known as a narrative verse. For example, Fairy Queen by the Elizabethan poet Edmund Spenser is an example of a narrative verse. And you might be knowing Don Quixote by Miguel de Cervantes. It's a French writer, and it is a translated work. I think it's a Spanish story. So it's a parody of romance narratives. We are familiar with the term parody. I'm going to explain it again in the next part of our discussion. We're talking about the terms which begin with P. So it is a parody. Parody is written in imitation of something. And it dealt with the adventures of a valiant king. So this is how we understand the term narrative as a storytelling process, and at the same time, it can be understood as a style, the form or style of the story being told. Another term which is related to narrative itself is narrative persona. The term persona, the word persona is has its Latin origin, and it is used for a type of mask that was worn by stage actors during that period, at that time. And this mask, represented their character. They would, for example, if they are playing the role of lions, let's say, so they would put the mask of a lion. So that mask represented their character. Or if they are playing the role of a tragedian, so they would put the mask, with sad, showing sadness. But nowadays, persona can refer to the characters in any dramatic or literary work. Originally, it referred to the mask that the actors would use, stage actors. But now it refers to the characters in any dramatic or literary work. So persona means literally mask. The term persona means mask, and it is self-created by the author and through whom the narrative is told. Through the persona, the narrative is told, and the persona is created by the author for telling the story. So a persona is also known as a theatrical mask. So it can be defined in terms of literary works as a voice or an assumed role of a character, just like a mask. We put on mask. मुखवटे म्हणतो आपण मराठीमध्ये. सगळ्यांनी मुखवटे धारण केलेले आहेत. So it's a kind of acting. So it is assumed role of a character which represents the thoughts of a writer or a specific person the writer wants to present as his mouthpiece. So narrative persona is a kind of mouthpiece, spokesperson of that particular author. Of course, we should not think that a persona is the author itself. The persona is not should not be identified with the author. Even when there are very close resemblances, even you find the what you call similarities between them, still we should not identify a narrative persona as an author itself. So the term narrative persona is used to refer to the personality on the page, the character that writers must create to represent them or their spokesperson in narrating the story. So it is the self-invention of the author. It is a construct, but it is not the truthful figure. You can take the example of George Gordon in Don Juan by Lord Byron. So George Gordon may express many sentiments of Lord Byron, the romantic poet of second generation. You might be knowing John Keats, P.B. Shelley, and Lord Byron. They belong to the second generation of romantic poetry. So this George Gordon, the character, the narrative persona in Don Juan by Lord Byron, may express many sentiments of Lord Byron. Even Byron would have accepted. But still, he is a fictional creation who is distinct from the author. Another example is T.S. Eliot. He is well known for the unique personae. Personae is the plural form. Persona is a singular and personae. Means he has created many such personae of the narrators of some of his poems. And the famous of this is J. Alfred Prufrock, who narrates the poem, The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock. So he is a dramatic or narrative persona. Okay. So in this manner, we understand the terms narrative and narrative persona.